A matchup between the Toronto Defiant and the Boston Uprising. How did we even get down that rabbit hole? My God. Boston Uprising, obviously 1-3. MCD diligently trying to keep Victoria safe, but eventually Bob comes through and he's who finds that extra bit of damage. Bob's still standing right now, which is going to force the Uprising to play in a bit of a dangerous position, but they have a late sound barrier. So the Defiant, they get even here on capture percentage, and they want to blade, they want to invest further in this fight. There's no barrier to fight through, and although found two already, Mag might be a harder target to work his way through, but 2 slashes takes the Junker Queen down to half, and Toronto still have control. Just 3 and MCD quickly falls into screaming heat. He still had the extra damage there, and oh, that's nasty! Oh, Victoria has his overclock deflected, and what was supposed to be an ace up the sleeve turns out to be a hole in the head. Isu down here, Victoria finds him the railgun. There's to be another fight. One for the Boston Uprising here. Valentine fortunate not to get picked off by the dynamite. He's just outside the radius of explosion. Otherwise, even with deflect up, he would have still died.
Here off the rip, so there's going to be the rally there for the Defiant. The rally with an answer from MCD.
Rails coming out from Victoria here, no purchase. Fate gets rid of the Bob, but MCD goes down first here. Victoria, can he make use of this railgun here? No. The Defiant sheer weight of ultimates used is going to give them the fight win, which bodes well considering the Uprising used 2 of their own. Huge. Now the Uprising have that player advantage, and the Defiant have no choice but to stand and deliver. Hisu still has that Bob, he's still here in the fight, but although gets caught out, Twilight is so low. Bob is essentially going to be sat in the background here. Not really sure what the plan was with that one. Might just be how much they value Bob as opposed to overclock.
Yeah.
But, you know, when he can do things like that, it does make you wonder why you think Bob is any better than this. Hisu finds huge pick there on Victoria, just takes the Sojourn out of the fight very quickly, and the Boston Uprising have been shut out. And ostensibly, the only change the Defiant have affected is this switch by Hisu. Puts his team back in the lead now, as Hisu's likely returning to the fray in moments. Carnage connection means good healing for Mag now as he goes about getting into the thick things, as although draws the blade. Hoppers found MCD, and look at that, a juicy Lucio served up on a silver platter. Faith is gone, and Hisu returns to the fight with a vengeance. It's Valentine down. Steaming hole, board between his eyes. And that should be it, the Toronto Defiant. Not without errors of their own, Matthew, but ultimately just a little cleaner behind the ears.
They get it done in the end. Hisu plays max range, yeah, like in the air, predictive whip shot, takes him out. Unfortunately, it doesn't really go for anything because the Defiant just stormed through the second part of the map.
Although just denied the high ground away from the Uprising. Dashing up there, Toronto forced to deal with the Uprising as they drop down now. Later, sound barrier coming out from Faith. Will that be the difference maker? Hotbar low, and yes! Mag's Rampage this time does more than just try and focus Hotbar down with it, catches 4 players. And a later sound barrier. The Boston Uprising went out in 2, because there's just no pressure on him, honestly. So he gets onto the jail, finds that pick off there. MCD's down. This blade is surely going to find the mark. A lot of damage at the very least here. Chorong's going hog wild in the middle of the fight. Still not quite enough, though, for the Defiant for a convincing win. They probably need to eliminate Victoria, and that'll do it, although gets up close. The shurikens go to work. Facial reconstruction. That was involuntary.
Not as easy as you would thought, though, that fight.
A scrappy one, but if you, in fairness, the Defiant, pretty hard for Mag, from the Defiant, really, pretty hard for anyone to land a good rampage. Mag gets 3, and sound barrier comes out here for Faith. All right.
Yeah, it was interesting. They bladed, and instead of although like dashed in, then bladed, and then just tried to dash out. It almost seemed like they were trying to use the blade to bait.
Defiant. A lot of poke going to be coming their way here, and Victoria is definitely going to be chief among them. All right, commanding shout. Look at Toronto, though, still not really playing aggressively off it. They get Mag. Oh, they get 2 more.
3.
In the back. Yes, Hopper touches Valentine and Victoria behind the Winnebago. That's huge. Oh, the Carnage connection. That's a free 90 damage. Nicely done by the Defiant. You are asking to get picked off by Victoria here. We saw Boston do the same thing. Commanding shout was there for Hotbar. Almost 1 tick of capture progress. And eventually the dam breaks. Twilight broken down here, and neither team looks like they have a really solid grasp on how to proactively defend this point, man.
Yeah, both teams give up a ton of space here, and both teams took advantage of that space.
Idea about this rotation, he kind of sees it happening, and yeah, oh, that's nasty. Nice knife there from Mag.
Yeah.
Hisu catches that one, but
although
charges through. Yeah, they're so grouped up. They're so grouped up, and Mag's commanding shout comes after the fact, if I'm not mistaken. So Toronto now in a position to potentially stop this right here. Rally and the shout, in we go. MCD uses his eventually now. The focus looks like it was on the Brigitte here. Sound barrier used by Chorong, the Defiant now need to find a kill, and quick. Valentine going to go in with the blade here, but MCD eventually is felled, and although has his Dragon Blade online now, he'll pull it too. Faith will never get towards that sound barrier, and although just puts the icing on the cake, it cuts it with the blade.
And this is like 5 minutes on the clock for the Uprising coming into this, and the Defiant have been lights out on defense. 5 seconds on the clock. Look at where everybody at. X-Ray does not look like anybody's going to touch, and that's the Defiant taking a 2-0 lead. Boston Uprising's face and focus down a target.
Isu misses the first important shot. Frustration starting to show as he tries to get up closer, and he can't believe it. I can read lips even in Korean. He's back to spawn, mate. Oh dear. Still the rest of the Defiant though makes short work of the Uprising, and MCD getting caught by Hotbar as he comes in with that carnage. It's an easy 90 damage and change from the tick. Okay. Not pretty, no. But the Defiant are going to get here.
So you have to think of like team comps, and it looks like they actually want to come back and fight this, but when the Rampage
like
6 players, you have to feel really defeated.
Fake low, MCD takes a big hit there from the rail gun. Victoria suspends himself in midair. A tasty morsel for Hisu to gobble up. And there it is, the Defiant have to spend.
Well, they've taken this side.
To bode well.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, you've got to do something here. Valentine's taking a risk. He's going for it. Commanding shout. That's a lot of durability, and Valentine steps up in a big way here after being overshadowed heavily on Hollywood. Comes up clutch in that last fight. Okay, MCD just pops his rally there as well. Faith coming up on a barrier. Hot bar. He's down, even with the rally in play. Good pressure from Boston here, able to erect yet another sort of spawn camp. There might be a back cap attempt there from Aldo, but he gets sniffed out and snuffed out.
And it looks like Chorong's going to make it. Do you go with the solo? I was going to say you got to get solo beat there.
Rally and moved on to the card. Rally just got used there by MCD in a short-handed fight. So, let's see what happens. Victoria's found Chorong. Nicely done, okay. The Boston Uprising, man, they really have to do it the old-fashioned way, but they eventually get out of spawn. They need to spend the beat in order to do so. But hey, MCD used that rally unsuccessfully in the previous fight. So yeah, a bit of a sigh of relief as the Uprising now get to play the game.
And London have to play, and one of them will drop to 3 losses, yeah.
Okay, Hotbar was deep, very deep. He's able to find Faith at the very least there, but the rest of his team was unable to follow up.
He'll get aggressive.
Ooh, Hotbar. So, I don't think he was ready for Mag to speed up the stairs at him with the carnage. Nice job.
Rally anyway.
All right, gives him some staying power, gives Although the time to find Victoria. Mag under pressure now. Shouts, axe swing here. Oh, that would have hurt if it had hit, but no good.
Yeah.
Chorong able to run him down.
Twilight was watching, Valentine's got to be the one to get a touch, and oh, he gets knocked back.
Okay, Rampage goes in there. Mag secures, and over time, and gets some pretty nasty anti-heal as well. It's enough to bring Hopper and Hisu down. Now Rally gets used by Twilight again in a short-handed scenario. He was able to find Victoria up close to the Defiant, doing a bit of brawl here. Mag is still scary. He's still going to be an issue, but they deal with everyone else and they converge on the Junker Queen. Would you have a look at that? The Toronto Defiant qualify for their own LAN, and honestly, they're doing it in style. It's a 3-0 win here against the Uprising.
And man, Twilight is scary.